Hey, what's up, guys?
It's your boy.
Welcome back, everybody, to the most professional tabletop RPG role-playing ever. Fate Weavers again, yeah. Welcome back. No, yeah. Now since I'm talking no shows, huh?
Nope.
Well, you're doing the intro, so you know.
I mean,
If you want, I could open a beer if you want.
and then scrape your thumb.
We are one day, I swear I'm going to have like a normal professional opening for this.
Nah, that's boring.
So, welcome back to Fate Weavers. We are missing a couple of players. Some may join us in a while, some or may not. Who knows? Who knows what Fates has for us?
That was very strange.
Let's go to the recap, please. Last time, as the party confronted Esme, a very lovely old tavern keep in the middle of the forest of Almeria, confrontations were made, accusations and lies were pointed from Shoralf to Esme, and a battle ensued as through means of invisibility and remote control of some sort of armor with a very explosive liquid on its shoulders, the group ended up killing Esme and setting their house on fire. After leaving the middle of the forest behind, they came across a carriage with some merchants, some clerics, you'd say, and some recruiters from the city of Elam on their way to Iris Crossing. Eric questioned them about maybe getting a blacksmith on the next city, Almian, and the group made their way to Almian. As the night and the sun set behind their backs, giving this purplish tint that is so customary to this world, the group arrived to the entrance of this city, witnessing a town built in 3 levels, going around the trees, these big dragon blood trees, newt blood trees, as they started climbing the stairs, going from tree house to tree house, connected by bridges. All of this town completely built in wood, no stones, no bricks, everything perfectly ready. Oh, we have Breen!
Hey! Hooray!
Yeah!
Hello.
So,
Good morning.
Hello. Oh.
perfect. So we are in the middle of the recap.
Good morning.
So, last we left off, as the group arrived into the city of Almian, built in 3 levels, rising, standing, being held by trees, they made their way to the Dragon's Den Inn under Thura's recommendation. An old friend of hers had left the Raging Fox Guild and opened a place in here. Thura seemed a little against the idea of coming to this one, but the other option was more of a rowdy bunch, and you preferred to come to this one. As you climb the trees to the 3rd floor of the city of Almian, being so high up into the sky, the wind is it's even felt through all of these trees that make some sort of barrier. You make your way to this cylindrical building made completely around one of the husks of this newt tree. This tree must be like 20 meters in diameter, and as you enter this circular tavern and open the doors, you are met by a roar, some smoke into your face, and the lights turn bright for a moment, and as you open, you are met by a young girl, around 16 years old human, dressed in in what I will describe as a cheap cosplay of a traditional witch in a party of a 90s game, and she's carrying this platter with some soup and some other things, and she stops on her way and looks at you and goes, "Welcome to the Dragon's Den, how can I be of assistance?" And that's where we left off.
Looking around, Eric will say, will look to the group. Rooms for the night and food.
Of course, a party of 6? Oh no, there's more of you. And she looks around as Thuras and Marlish come. Okay, so a party of 9 then. Of course, would you like to come on in? Yes, the goblin is included, of course. Now, my name is Megara Starrise. You can come with me, I will show you. We have a table, you can eat dinner.
Can I call you Meg?
Of course, my dear, call me whatever you want. And she...
Why can't you ever make an NPC that's just called Frank or something? How do you expect me to remember these kind of names?
Megara, like from Hercules. Come on.
It's just a waitress. And she goes, "Follow me to your table, we will get your rooms ready and check you in." So come on this way. As you guys are walking, you see the place is bustling, even though it's late in the night. This place is so lively, a lot of families, a lot of people drinking. There are like small kids, small old people, ranging from every ages. You see some tables have a waitress, a male one, in like some sort of cardboard shiny armor, similar to like a knight, and he's pulling like some sword to make like a menu and starts writing on the sword. He gives a little kid like a little a drink, and instead of having like an umbrella, it has like a sword stuffed in it, and the drink is smoking like a small smoke, almost like if it were the mouth of a dragon in this glass made out of like dragon scaly, made in wood. You see other tables are surrounded by a lot, like a group of 4 going from table to table with instruments and playing music. They are in very colorful attire, similar to like a shoker or a bard from an old medieval court, and they go telling the tales about what's his name? About Poluk and how he slew the dragon and the foxes were with them, and you would realize at this moment, everybody, that all of the waiters, all of the staff, everybody has in some part of their uniform the symbol of the Raging Fox Guild, and I would say that you also notice that Thuras is pissed off, like she's not enjoying this place at all. For some reason, there's like music coming ethereally from everywhere. You hear like a soft ballad and a tune, still very lively and happily. The walls of this place, the circular walls, are covered in paintings of hills and castles and different like medieval open land fantasy. And you see that the trees seem to be like shaking a little bit and moving as if they were being moved by the wind. The same for like the flags on the castles, but they are paintings, definitely.
Do I recognize the kind of magic?
It's some sort of illusion, you would guess. Not even needing to roll.
Okay.
In the middle of this inn, where the hunk of the tree is, it's surrounded by a bar, and you see that there's like a big spiraling staircase that goes down and one that goes up. And this hunk of the tree seems to be covered in another illusions that seems to be like a green dragon just spinning around and kind of like looking at everybody. But it's kind of like a cartoonish green dragon, nothing really scary. As you all are led to a table, the waitress, Megara, goes, "And what would you like to eat? We have some stuff." And you see that she pulls like a paper from her pocket, and it remains flying into the sky, and it starts expanding as she talks. We have stew, we have some meat, we have potatoes and bacons, we have goblin stew, we have kobold's fang.
I think the stew for me will be fine. Thank you.
Which
Of
one?
course.
The normal? Which one are you taking?
Oh, sure, the normal one.
Oh, okay. The
I-
goblin stew is a delicacy of the area, but sure.
I've seen a bit enough goblins the last couple of days.
How much did this cost? This is something you should ask, right? I have no idea. Never mind, I didn't ask anything.
Oh, are you guys new to the area?
No. We are traveling through the area,
Yes.
but yes, we are.
Oh, perfect. Have you guys been to the Dragon's Den before?
I think she has been. And they point at
No.
Thuras.
No.
Thuras just looks at the girl.
Oh yes. Can you tell us about it?
One beer for me, and one mead, and one wine, and an ale. And she just goes back to looking at the table. Okay, and for the feline gentleman?
Certainly not goblin stew. What was the last menu on the item again? Cobalt's fang?
Oh yeah, we have kobold's fang, broiled catfish, flatbread kobold, chicken noodle soup, and kokiku fang.
Sure, let's go with the Kokiku wings.
Of course. Would you like any sauce with that?
What is the recommendation?
Oh, I would recommend the goblin sauce or the kobold spicy.
We'll go with the cobalt spicy, please.
Of course. And for the young lady over here.
I don't know, I haven't. The chicken noodle soup, maybe?
Of course, of course. And last but not least, the three gentlemen over here.
The bacon and potato sounds delightful. Just a milk sauce thing, something light and creamy would do.
Okay, perfect.
It's delightful.
Yes, everything is an adventure at the Dragon's Den. And what about the gentleman with the cane looking at Quattle?
Could I just get 3 heads of lettuce, please?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know how much I would charge for that. I will have to ask my supervisor, but we can probably conjure that out of the kitchen. And Shoral will just go, "Give me meat, any meat." One kobold fang coming right up. So I will be back in a couple of minutes with your orders. One of my knights will bring you some bread, bread sword, so that you can defeat your dragons, and it will be just a minute.
Are we in the Olive Garden?
No, we're in the shitter taste of Taldore.
So the witch goes away. Are you guys doing anything in the meantime while you wait?
Are we just standing in the space?
No,
Or
you
does she
are
just
sitting on a
shoot us?
table.
Okay.
We're in a table.
If the table is near a window, I'm like glued to the window looking at the masterpiece of architecture.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, Mr. Quasso, look, they're on the trees. Is that very difficult to do? And like, I know that you are the architect guy, and I'm just like, tell me more about it.
Yeah. Go through how they did it all the supports and engineering required to go through and to create all the buildings and all the stairways and bridges connecting everywhere. Answer any questions Haliki has.
No. After a couple of minutes, you see that the same witch comes, and she gives all of your plates perfectly. All that you ask. They all are adorned. The plate seems to be the mouth of a green dragon trying to eat your food. And as she approaches you, she goes, "And now we cast the last spell to ward the dragon off, and so that you can enjoy your food without it being eaten by him." And you see that she pulls a small one, and it just glows and throws like some sparkles, and she just taps each of your food one, and goes, "Now, everybody, with me, sell the magical spell. Be gone." Come on, everybody, say the magical spell. Be gone.
Can I do an arcana? What is she doing? Or is she just...
Be gone!
Oh god. Hang on.
Roll an arcana check.
While Fisher joins in the spell, he will cast Druidcraft to cast like vines and stuff to appear around the table. Like, oh look, it
17.
worked!
You don't sense any sort of magic, and you realize that before the light started coming out of the wand, she seems to have pressed some sort of button into the stick, and you see Marley. She's going super into it. "Be gone, dude! Yes, be gone! Let us see it!"
Seeing what Marlish is doing and what Visha is doing, I will waft a prestidigitation warm bread smell around us.
I guess Eric will tap his glaive very lightly just to let the necrotic energy crackle around the glaive and say, "Be gone."
Like, what if I
Be gone.
Oh.
Anything else?
Oh yeah, I'm begoning it as well.
So, as she says, "Be gone," and the vines sprout out of the table, sorts of different lights than what she was expecting happens. She kind of startles a little bit and goes like, "Oh, this table has so much power, so much magic. You'll be perfect to aid our hero in vanquishing the green dragon."
What is it, fucking hell. Green dragon. And who is the hero?
Ooh, of course, let me tell you. And she starts singing. I'm not going to sing. She starts
You're
singing.
ruining this immersion. I'm done.
And as she starts singing, you see that those four figures that were going from table to table playing music come and start giving out like background music and singing with her playing the instruments, and they start singing about this the great Pollock, the mightiest dwarf, how he led the raging foxes into an unknown island, and they were met by this green dragon that wasn't accounted for, and how he saved everybody, and like his companions, especially this red dragonute, fell in love with him, but he had to let it go to come and protect the people of his homeland, and that's how he established this place to tell his tales and inspire everybody, and they are all like singing and going at it, and you see Thuras is fucking pissed.
How long ago was that?
Oh, this place has been open for about 5 years.
Turning to Thuras. Did you know this great Pollock?
As a matter of fact,
Looks
yes.
like she might have.
I know him.
Maybe he will be very happy to meet you here. And I'm Megara. Is the great Pollock here?
Oh, yes, the owner makes his appearance every day at midnight, and he has this amazing. You see that she's moving her one super anime cosplaying girl, and it sparkles a little bit, and he makes this great appearance every day and traces everybody with a tail.
Every move with the wand is met with some prestidigitated sparkling or magic, some sort of magic. Every time she moves the wand, it's like.
You see, she's looking at the wand while she's talking. Now, can I get anything else, or would you like to wait until I come for your order for dessert?
Kaolika's eyes are like this. Dessert? What is that? This is more to the group.
Sweet.
To the group, not to her.
It's just more food.
Sweet.
Do you
like it.
offer
Better food.
coffee?
Sure, Elf goes. Something that's bad for your teeth.
I would say grinding it
can
against
just
the bone, it is
prestidigitate.
bad as well. Or prestidigitation.
I will ask the server, do you serve coffee here?
Oh, of course. Would you like? How would you like? Goblin size, hero size, or dragon size?
Let's go, Venti.
I suppose we will go hero size.
Of course, it will be a couple of minutes.
What is coffee?
It is a drink that's.
It is an
Shall we
acquired
say?
taste.
Yes, it emboldens you. And it wakes you up. Should you?
Energizes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Makes you not exhausted.
Yes.
I think you will enjoy the dessert more the first time than the coffee, but maybe in time you will come to enjoy it as well.
I would say
Perhaps I'm wrong, and you'll love it.
I have a question about Bishar's story with coffee. We are going to make a quick flashback to back before the campaign started. Now,
Sure.
before Bishar started living in this drifterland, into this remote land, they may have had like 5 grains of coffee, small cultives, so that it would be like the commodity for like the year of the festival on a yearly basis. Did Bishar improve like their crops?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's like it was a bit of a symbiotic relationship. The way Vishal lived near the village, so he would mostly live on his own. But whenever he needed something from them, he could go over there and buy it, and they would help him. And in return, he would support the village help them with their sick and medicine and with their crops and the wildlife in the area as well.
Okay, so you are saying that Bishar pretty much gave a village of people with no hope at life coffee.
Magic bean juice.
Well, maybe, but I think Fisher would have kept it as a special occasion and not like, oh, he's the coffee farmer in the forest. Because that would be a bit intensive in the way of work.
Okay, going back out of the flashback. Yeah, it will be just a couple of minutes. We will bring you your coffee.
What does one get with a soup?
Bread.
Oh yeah, my knight will be here in a minute, and he will bring you your bread swords.
Bread swords, okay. What are bread swords?
Oh, he's right over here, and you see as she's leaving, you see this teenager, blonde, wearing this made out of like papel mache or cardboard, like armor suit that is still somehow shiny. The guy has like bad acne here where the helmet goes, and he has like a basket, and he goes, I hear that somebody at this table has requested for a sword, and he pulls out like this bread in the shape of a sword. You get one, and you get one, and you get one. Everybody gets a sword. We are going to fight the dragon together, my friends.
Is the armor clanking in any sense? Or just like paper on paper, like clank?
It's like when you buy those cheap cosplays out of like a Chinese website, and they are like painted silver. It's like that.
Oh, jeebus.
I'm more impressed that they've somehow created cardboard.
Very advanced civilization.
After he gives after he gives each of one of the at the table a sword made out of bread, he pulls another one and goes, "Now, which one of you valiant adventurers will join me in vanquishing the Green Dragon? Join!"
Isn't he already vanquished?
Yes, but the Green Dragon comes back every night, so you must join Sir Evalan to vanquish this dragon.
If you are so great,
Yeah, go.
if you are so great, why not just kill the dragon and be done with it, rather than allow it to escape each night?
For as powerful as Sir Evalon is, he still needs a party and friends to adventure with. After all, what is an adventure without friends?
A murder mission. Says the angelic little being sitting in here.
You know that, Eric.
Well,
Now-
to be quite honest with you, we have a long day, and I think that some of us, and Fisher looks at Kolike, will actually kill whatever it is that's playing the dragon if you attempt to let her join. So it might not be the best idea.
No.
So, what you are telling me,
Play pretend.
strange wizard from a foreign land, is that you need a shield.
Oh no.
I will go and get you
May
your
I be
shield.
quiet?
And you see that
Alright,
this
fine.
this teenager leaves and goes to like the central bar and goes downstairs.
This is where these fad restaurants in the capital originated from.
Are there any children nearby
Oh
our
yeah,
table?
there's a lot of children here.
Fisher will walk up to them, to a group of them, and will like, "Hey, you want to have a sword fight?" Holding the bread sword.
You see a bunch of kids
I just
playing.
Lele on that.
A bunch of kids
You can't.
playing together look at you and go like, "Oh yes, join us! There's a dragon egg over there!" And you see that they start running towards like this playground, all decorated as in like dragon eggs, and they start hitting like balls, soft balls with their blades.
I'm sorry, this is so adorable.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
something fell over. Fisha will join them, but basically let them do all the work, as in pretend they are the hero.
Aww.
Everybody here has like a pretty decent passive perception. So all of those of you that have like over a 13 or 14 would probably say that whenever one of the workers comes back from being downstairs, you see like this change in their expression of like to hi, I'm customer service.
This is me every time.
Classic customer service face.
After some time, you see the witch comes back and gives Eric this it's like this thick of like a mug made out of like wood, all in the shape of like a human with a shield raising a sword. So it is technically a terrible design because you can totally stab yourself with a sword pointing towards you. And she has like this big shard in the shape of like a green dragon that's boiling and has like fumes, and she starts pouring coffee into like the hero pass that she gave you. And after that you see that she, without even asking, grabs like some other container, this time in the shape of like a white dragon but smaller, and she starts pouring this like white liquid that is milk into like the coffee, and gives a look at you, Eric, on the face, and goes like a little bit more. Well, call me if you guys need anything else. I'm here to help every possible adventuring party to defeat the dragon.
Eric nods and says, "Alright." Gets a spoon of some sort and starts stirring his coffee. Oh dear.
At this point,
was a slight mistake.
It's wonderful here.
No. I know. Just
Now
try
I know.
and...
Now I know why the franchise in District 1 failed.
okay.
Oh, fucking hell, don't make me laugh.
I can't imagine this did very well elsewhere apart from here.
Martin, I sent you a message.
Oh, I'm scared. Rick never sends me messages.
I am turning to Thuras. Can you tell me about this great Pollock? Who is he? What did you know? How did you know him? And so just to press the right buttons, just to annoy her.
You see Thuras.
Kaulika's inside is fucking great. Kaulika's inside is 16.
You see Thuras at this point has drank 3/4 of the drinks that she ordered. And pretty obviously drunk, she goes, "Now, let me tell you about that vile motherfucker, traitor, liar, Paddock." And at this point, you see that a bunch of like 5-year-old kids come running towards Thuras with breadsticks and start stabbing. "Die, evil dragon, die!" And she goes like, "What the fuck?" And not this
Rick, what
again.
did you do?
I didn't do anything, as far as you know.
The kids came out of nowhere. And Thuras goes very drunk. Okay, that's the third natural one in a row. She turns around, stares at the kids for half a second, and you see fire starts preparing on top of like her mouth. If you don't want to see a real dragon, Thuras goes, "If you don't want to see a real dragon, scram, and she looks towards Bishara, and like a small breath of fire comes, like real small. And you see the kids are, wow, a real dragon! And they keep stabbing at her.
Nope, I can't.
You see that some parents come and grab the kids and go like, oh, terribly sorry. I don't know what to do with her. I already tried everything. I'm sorry, it's her birthday.
No, it's fine.
Happy birthday! How old are you?
As you say happy birthday, out of nowhere 4 bards come running with instruments and
Oh,
start,
no.
happy birthday, the green dragon is not here, happy birthday, you get to live. And you see
Oh, please tell me Marlish joins.
Marlish totally out of nowhere pulls like a guitar and starts in a metal riff. Happy birthday! Dragon is not here. Happy birthday! You see that two of the teenagers in cardboard armor comes running with like a cake, and they run towards you. Fuck my life! One of them trips over. And the cake goes flying on top of Thuras.
Can I? Seeing that, can I use my interception fighting style to deflect the cake?
Where do you deflect it to?
Want it on Jorov.
Shoraz is covered in
Only
cake.
the one that is not here.
He kind of ignores it. You hear a low grunt, and he keeps on drinking his mead. You see that the 3 servers come and start cleaning Shoraz quickly. He doesn't move at all. He's ignoring them. And the parents go, so sorry, and they kind of like pull the girl and start running away.
Well, that was a little adventure of our own here. Oh, Jesus, my voice is going everywhere. Sorry.
Well, let us not.
That was great.
Let us not bother the rest of the clientele.
I'm already enjoying this bar way more than the previous one.
Well,
See, it does have a market. At least this one will.
How's the food? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, the food? The food is the best one that you have tried in your life for you, Kauliki. For everybody else, it's good. A little greasy, but good.
I hope the lettuce isn't greasy.
Oh, the lettuce has like this, like sauce made out of like vinegar, and you get maybe it's like some grease, like cross-contamination. It seems like it was like a lettuce put in something else, that they just pulled the lettuce out of like a salad and gave it to you.
Yum, yum.
It's like the salads you get with a doner kebab or something like that. Just feels like an afterthought.
Really need to tell them about non-cross-contamination in the prep area.
So, do you think we will see the green dragon?
We will see
No.
a green dragon.
We will see some imitation or mockery of one.
Okay.
It's probably a children's
Yes,
show
exactly.
or festival or something.
Yeah, to save fun.
As Kauliki says this, the illusion of the green dragon that is spinning on the middle of the inn starts kind of like pulling its legs and pushing itself apart from the tree, kind of like escaping it. And you see a green dragon starts flying around the tavern, roaring over all of the patrons, and you see all of the staff goes, no, the green dragon, Evil Rush is here, who will save us? us!" And you see like some of the parents are like, "Who will save us?" All of the kids are like, "I will!" And all of the kids lift like their swords and start running after the illusion. And after a few
Does
seconds
anyone
of
has
this,
dispel magic?
I was just looking for it.
as all of the kids are chasing after this, they manage to surround the illusion of the dragon, and the dragon flies up into the sky. And from the top of the roof, you hear a voice of the dragon as the lights of the inn start to dim and they turn kind of dark. You see, all of you with like a high passive perception would see all of the workers here are casting like thaumaturgy to dim the lights. You see dust, like smoke, like a smoke machine coming out of the middle of the inn, covering the ground. And you hear a voice of the dragon going, "Foolish adventurers! None of you are mighty enough to defeat the great evil Rush." You hear a
I'm so
voice.
tempted to drop a darkness.
You hear a voice coming from like the main entrance where you came in from, saying, "Aye, mate, there is one that is mighty enough for ya." And the doors open, bustling. You see that there are like two workers next to the doors, making sure that no kid was next to the doors. And you see a dwarf in like a very regal, very traditional, heavy dwarvish armor is sitting atop of like a carriage that is like made out of like cardboard and decorations, almost like a corcebo from the festivals in Brazil. And it seems to have the shape of like a flying ship, and it's moving itself on its own with two legs. And you see this dwarf with like very regal armor, big like Viking helmet with two horns and a giant axe that is shining like brightly blue. And you see as he goes, "I will defeat ya, mate. You're nothing up to me." And you see that this like procession of like the festival of this flying vessel starts going around all of the bar in a circle, and all of the staff starts singing the legend of the Great Pollock and how he flew to the Drifter land, and with every help of like all of the Raging Fox on top of his signal battleship, the Nayarmas, he flew and he chased after Evil Rush, and how he fought and he slayed. And you see the illusion comes, and Pollock is like swinging his like fake axe around. Thuras is boiling at this moment.
Yeah, is there like an avatar cast of players to the rest there?
Oh yes.
There, you see that nothing of that right now. You just see like Pollock on top of like this chariot
What can Thomas
going around. What you do realize, all of you with like high passive perception once again, once this like carriage goes next to your table, you hear like grunting, and you look to the ground and you see like steps being placed, moving like the dirt on the floor. You see like tension, and as if the carriage is being moved over there. Once the carriage goes, you hear the same grunting noises from the back, as if something is pushing it. And after this act goes, all of the kids, you see that Pollock goes, "I need adventurers to join my cause. I need new members for the Raging Fox Guild, mate." And you see all of the kids start raising their hands, and they start jumping on top of like the chariot, and all together swing like this axe and cut the dragon in half, ending the illusion. And victory music, Final Fantasy style, starts sounding everywhere. And now, mate, with everybody here, we can defeat Evilish. Now, who shall join me, Pollock, into the Hall of Glory for some sword bread? And you see everybody starts cheering.
From opposite side of us, I thaumaturgy or prestidigitate one of the others. A voice that shouts, "Thuras!"
You see, nobody reacts, but you see after you hear that voice, like one of the workers in cosplaying, it's a human, definitely cosplaying with like makeup to make her look like a dragonute of red skin.
Yes.
Comes running and she jumps onto the arms of Poluk, and he goes, "Now, my love, Turas, mate, I need to leave you. I need to go back to my homeland, oi." And you
What
see,
does our Thuras do?
oh, she's just
Yes.
like her claws are making a hole into the wooden table. And you see that Poluk goes, "But mate, here's the thing. I'm going to go back to my home, to my people at Almeria." And you see everybody cheers, and he goes, "I cannot be longer part of the Raging Fox, so I'm going to Libya, my precious ship, the Nyarmas. It's you, and you're the commander now." And you see that as he like gives the light axe, and Thuras, not even talking, she just like looks down, lights turn off, and everybody, when the lights turn on, everybody's like bowing, like at the ending of like a theater presentation, and everybody's cheering. And you see Poluk going around handing like coupons to every table, talking to some of the people.
Come on, come on!
Come here!
It's like a US Army recruitment drive. Like, come join the Raging Fox Guild. Look how cool we are. You get to slay dragons.
After a
Come to
few
us, darling, come to us.
After a few minutes, you see this dwarf still in the armor. As he approaches, this armor is unlike the other ones. This seems to be made out of metal and shiny and somewhat more realistic than the cosplays of all of the other employees. And as he approaches you, he goes, "Well, hello, mate. You've come to the Dragon's Den. First time seeing your faces, haven't seen ya. Here, have a coupon. It's on the house. It's for like a goblin soup."
Oh, thanks very much. It's a lovely place you got here.
Yes, we learned about it from my friend here. Thuras.
You see Thuras is at this point makes like what she was grabbing off the table breaks off, and you see Paul goes, "Oh no," and he just turns around and starts running.
Old person.
Okay, that's a fail. That's a fail. You see Thuras goes, "Thank you, kid. I appreciate it." And still holding on her claws the piece of wood that she pulled out of the table, you see that she approaches Poluk and,
But don't hurt him too much.
"Oh, I won't." And you see that she puts like her hand
Just a minute.
grabbing him from like the neck of the shirt, and you see that she starts dragging him to like the kitchen, going downstairs.
That'll be the end of him for a while.
We're gonna get kicked out of another tavern, aren't we?
Well,
I hope not. I would like to at least have one good night's sleep.
I mean,
Yes,
at least
no.
in this case, it's
30
not
seconds
our
left.
fault. Just
Well, he
have-
gets a save every turn, technically.
Your concentration on the spell broke at this point.
You done? Do we hear anything from downstairs?
Oh no,
Crash bang wallop.
you don't hear
Yeah.
anything. Though you see some of the knights and the witches talking next to the bar. You see that the people preparing like the drinks and taking the orders and stuff surrounding the bar, they are dressed as a very bad depiction of a human doing blackface, but instead of blackface against like a beast walker. You see that they have like fur taped against their faces, and they all are wearing like this armor made out of leather, and they have like fake claws on their hands.
They're enjoying it.
I'm looking at Eric. Are they one? They don't look like one of us, do they?
No, and I would prefer it stay that way. Personally, but
I wonder if I looked like that before they did this to me.
I couldn't tell you, but who knows? Who knows?
I could take that off of them, if you would like to. Quite easily from here. I think
we may have caused enough chaos for one evening, one day.
Yes, I would prefer. I prefer we left the rest of the night uneventful.
Yes, leave it to the two lovebirds.
Do you think she murdered him, or are they making out? Because it's too silent.
I don't think
How
it's
do you
either.
know what making out even is?
Oh, is making out not something like making up?
Well, no.
I mean, for some people, but mostly not.
I think
What is
technically
making out then?
might be the same in some way. Sorry, what was your question?
Some of the time.
So, what is making out then? Nope, I'm not going there.
You need to have your brother
Let's-
give you the talk sometime.
Let's use for now the fade to black mechanic, but Fisher will just give a very straightforward explanation of everything Kalika wants to know.
Everything. Oh my god, it's so hot here.
So, after a few minutes of you talking, Tura still hasn't come back. You are enjoying your meat. You see,
Cody is bright pink.
you see Ephraim's order, the bacon and potatoes. The plate, the mouth seems to be like closing slowly, almost as if it were a timer. Your portion is like real big.
Oh, I would have half finished it.
So,
Oh no, I can't
Anyway.
hear him. Oh,
So
no,
it's
no,
like-
no.
Oh no.
Oh,
hang on.
I can't even see him, to be honest. I can only see him on Martin's screen.
Yeah.
Bear with technical
Yeah.
problems.
He disconnected from. Okay. Well,
Technical difficulties.
we'll be back to Ephraim in a second.
Sorry.
You see, as at this point it's starting to get late. Some of the families are ordering like the leftovers for takeout, and they are getting ready to go home. And at this point, you see the main entrance to this tavern kind of like opens. You see somebody opening the door, Aragorn style, pushing both doors open. And he walks in. You see
Troll in the dungeon.
From Aragorn to Troll in the dungeon. Where is the mental leap?
you see
It's
the
just the door. That's the only thing.
You see this human, kind of elderly, entering. He has a long, curly hair going down to his waist, but around the shoulders, it's held by like dark red scrunchies holding his hair. And he has on his back a very shiny shield that is a very realistic shape and painting, almost too realistic, of a kind-looking younger woman, also human, that covers all of his back. The shield is about the same length as his torso. He's wearing dark red and deep brown leather armor. that gets adorned by the dark belts that hold the shield. And he seems to have what looks like a broken handle of a dagger hanging from one of his belts, with a teal tainted like glow coming from the center of the dagger. When he enters, everybody seems to look at him, almost as if waiting for another song. But after a few seconds, you see one of the knights approaches him and takes him to a table. So everybody just kind of like, oh, and goes back to their dinner.
Now I'm full of cut hair.
Is he in the deep shadow corner table, like classic Aragorn and the prancing pony?
No, he stays like close to the bar. He orders. You see that he gets like this dessert made out of like ice cream, multicolored like balls of ice cream, making like a big pile that seems to have like a semicircular shape, and they held each other together in this arc. And he just starts eating the ice cream with this shiny spoon that glows in a teal color that he pulls out of his own jacket. As he's eating, he lifts the shield out of his back and he puts the shield on the table next to him.
Okay, the shield is not cursed. He can take it off. We can
Probably
steal his shield.
Oh, it could be within arm's reach, so... Dear.
You guys continue with your dinner?
Yeah.
This is a person the DM wants us to talk to, so yeah, we continue with our dinner.
So after like half an hour goes by, an hour, you see the same girl coming and goes, "Oh, well, folks, it's the end of my shift. I'm almost done, but before I go, I wanted to get you logged in so that you can book a room. How many nights are you willing to spend with us?"
At least this one. We can't really be sure about the following nights, I think.
I think minimum one for now. We are passing through the town. If we can pick up supplies, if there is more to do, are we able to add on more nights at a later in the day?
Oh yeah, of course. Just let us know if you are going to get the room before midday so that we can reserve the room for you. We're very busy this time of the year, a lot of tourists. So how many rooms would you like? One for each, or?
Oh, I think we can double up at least, don't we?
Eric has no issue with that.
It is fine by me.
Yeah.
Yep, there are 9 of you, so you would need 4 rooms with Sustut in one of them.
Oh, Jorov can have his...
Jorov can have his with Sustut.
Yeah, Jorov, Sustut, and somebody else in that same room.
I think Marish was the guitar guy, right?
Yeah, Marvin.
Yeah.
Like death metal guitar guy. I think Marish wants to stay with Kalike. That would be a good match.
No. Kaliki is staying with Eric if he allows it.
Yeah, Eric will nod.
Sure.
Put Marlish in the jaw elf.
Yep.
Practicing all night, you know.
Yeah.
Quarterly want to buddy up for tonight?
Yes, that seems fine with me.
Alright.
You see that Megara puts your name into the guest book, and she hands you like a parchment receipt with some ink. And okay, here is your receipt. How would you like to pay? In gold or in silver?
I look
Where's
at
the bill?
yeah.
The
I
bill
look at quarter.
is 17 large silvers.
Cool. I'll plunk down the 2 platinum equivalent, so that covers it with a tip.
Okay. Though Quotl, if they give the receipt to you with your high passive perception, you would see that in one of the rooms it says additional cleanup.
Interesting.
He doesn't care.
Okay, I will bring
Just
you.
put your elf and Marlish in that one.
I will bring you your change in a second, and hope you have an adventurous night. I would really like to see you all again into our little our dragon's den.
Are you working tomorrow?
Oh, I need to ask my supervisor, but yes, probably.
Doesn't even know the shift rotations.
So they just give you like a couple of keys to some rooms, and the night goes on. Though after a couple of minutes that this witch server disappears, you see a brunette human girl coming out from downstairs, completely dressed in common clothes, but she has like long heels, and she just goes out of the inn. You get the feeling that this was Megara without the wig and the makeup.
Yeah, of course.
So, anything we still want to do today, or should we head to bed for the night?
What time of day is it currently?
Past 10 p.m.
I think we should turn in for the night, rise early, and then get to do what we need to do. If there is anything we need to.
Alright.
Unless there are other pressing matters we need to attend to tonight.
Well, the dragon has been slain for the day, so we can assume not, I think. Perhaps we need to deal with a bit of a hangover of the name here tomorrow. I can't, for the life of me, remember these goddamn NPC names. What is she called?
Thuras.
Thuras. We need to remember a hangover tomorrow. Deal with it, probably.
She'll be fine. She's just... she probably has some jilted lover problem.
You see, Shoralf goes, "Don't worry about the Dragonite woman. I will ensure that she goes to bed. I plan on staying a little bit later. It's been a long time since I've enjoyed a beer."
Yesterday?
That's a very long time.
For an old fart like you?
Yes, for an old fart that has
Cody-
been trapped for 60 years.
Kalika has had a beer or two. She doesn't know what coffee is, but beer, of course. She was found by Kaine, come on.
So, is everybody going to bed?
Bedtime!
I mean, Eric,
Fisher
no,
will...
go on. Go
No,
ahead.
go ahead. Oh, right. Fisher will probably try to find some place outside, somewhere where he can both see the city and see the night sky to, in a bit of a homesick-like mood, try to experience what he had before when he was living in the forest.
Okay. So be sure if you ask for some directions to a place like this, you will be directed to the Miasma Watchtower. This like very tall tree rising above everything else. where you can see pretty much everything else, all of the forest from like the highest viewpoint.
Sounds absolutely perfect to me. So I will head there.
Quattle, are you going to sleep?
Gortle would like to try and use the key first before he goes to sleep, so he can ask some questions for the library. Yes.
Are you giving him the key, or are you just leaving?
I will. Well, Quato, actually, I was planning on asking some things myself. So if you wouldn't mind joining me, then we could use it together.
That sounds fine. A little jaunt through the city to experience some sights before bed would be enlightening.
All right. In that case, before heading to the watchtower, I think we will find a bit of a secluded place where a random door standing in the middle of nowhere doesn't ring any alarms, and we'll use the archivist key, it's called. Right? Yes.
You just lock the key into the middle of the air. I'm going to say inside of your rooms for the night. This door out of thin air appears, and we see this animation very Persona 5 style coming towards the screen as you all appear into this archive, and you are met again by this flying magnifying glass with two clipboards as eyebrows, and goes, "Howdy there! Looks like you're looking for some information today. How may I be of assistance?"
I think we will probably find our way. Are there any more ancient elves which have been locked in the library left, which we need to worry about?
Every other possible prisoner has died a long time ago.
Great.
Gonna have to deal with them then. Good.
Well then, let me scan what you're looking for. And you see this magnifying glass throws like this laser into your face. What information are you looking for, Rick?
Fishar will try to investigate the visions he occasionally has, and then I'm speaking about the ones when we have a level up. And more specifically, the most recent one where I saw a lion made out of stars. Which he doesn't really know what all that's about, so he's trying to find some more information about what's the origin of it and what it may mean.
Okay. Give me a history check. With disadvantage because you have no prior information about this.
Sad. History. What's my history?
No, wait. I just read. You don't get disadvantage, but the DC is higher.
Oh. Right. Oh, correct. Okay. 6? No, 7.
Okay. You see like lines, kind of like in an IKEA, starts illuminating, and they send you down and down and down. You start going down this spiraling staircase. This place used to be like a big stairs, all kind of like very delicate golden and marble, with woods and forest and the constellations of stars flying in the middle of the cylinder left by the staircase. As you start descending, you go down and down and down, and you keep going very far away, very down, very deep. Quattle, what are you looking for?
I am looking for information on the elemental towers I have been seeing in my visions.
Okay, same thing, give me a history check. It will also be a high DC because you have no prior information.
Okay, 19.
Oh, damn. Same thing, lines start illuminating going down the same staircase. But the line turns to the left at some point and you walk, and then the line turns again to the right, and you make like a U-turn and you go back to the spiraling staircase. You don't see Bishar, he just kept going down, And when you look up, you see Bishar is like maybe 200 meters higher than you. Like somehow with turning, doing that U-turn, you managed to go deeper, very, very much faster. So we'll get to you first, David. So Quotu enters like this hallway. It's like real deep into the library. The smell of old books and humidity is, to some people, I would say, intoxicating. As you start going down row after row of old tomes that seem to be made of very old leather and gold, extremely they look extremely delicate and at the same time extremely priceless. You are guided by this small squirrel to one book, and as you grab it, it just says the 4 great beasts. You start going through this book, and the information that you get, it's a legend. It's like a tale. It goes long ago, before the gods, before the first light, before the first mountain, there were 4 beasts. They battled each other, they hated each other, for they sought dominion. Nobody knows where the 4 beasts came from. Nobody knows where the 4 beasts left to. Just that they disappeared into 4 towers. And after the 4 towers were left into our world, stones started flying from the sky. Stones of water, stones of fire, stones of air, stones of earth. Each of these stones that fell from the sky in a rainy, shiny starlight were attracted to these 4 towers. But when the gods came to our world, the towers disappeared, as if they had never existed. At this point, Bishar, you arrive to the same hallway, and you are guided by a very
How did
slow...
a turtle beat me down here? What else?
You are guided by a very chill-looking rabbit that is walking extremely slow, and he just gets next to Quotl and points to like the book, looks at you, stares, kind of spits a little bit on the floor and starts going away. It points to the same book that Quotl is holding. As you start reading, the legend keeps going, and the towers disappeared. No one knows what happened to them. They just vanish from day to night. And at this moment you hear, "It is time, my folks! It's time you go away!" And you all disappear and reappear onto the main entrance of the archive. And Magnus looking, "I sure hope you find the best information. Hope to see you next time. Thank you for your patronage." And you are just pulled away from the archive.
We really need to get rid of that goddamn hourglass at some point.
It would be nice to have free reign of the library.
Yes, well, I guess Geralf has had free reign of the library. Don't know if that's really a good thing, to be honest.
Maybe we just need to fake putting someone prisoner in there.
Yes, it's a good point. How did she manage to imprison him in the library without having the hourglass kick him out?
More than likely, the hourglass was a creation of hers and obeyed her.
Perhaps. Alright. Well, that's research time done for the day. I think I'm going to find a place to sleep for the night.
Yes, I will see you back in the room once you're sorted.
See you in the morning. And Fisher will head towards the watchtower.
Yeah. So Kotal, you go back to the Dragon's Den Inn. Bishar, you sleep on the Miasma Watchtower. Okay. Kotal, as you go back to the Dragon's Den Inn, most of the patrons have gone away. There's only a couple of people still drinking. You see Shoralf kind of like talking to this human with long hair and a shield. They seem to be very absorbed into their conversation. And for some moment, they seem to be having like a stirring contest.
He'll walk over, why not?
You approach, they both seem to kind of ignore your presence until you are standing there awkwardly for a couple of seconds and minutes. And we just lost the person I'm talking to.
I think he just turned off the camera.
Yay.
And his mic.
Nice. So professional. Okay.
I do have a question. I do have a question for the halls of infinite resplendence, but no.
No key, no question.
So
No key, no question.
Yeah.
So while Quotal approaches the table for Shoral, and this human with the shield, let's go to Eric and Kaulike's room. Are you guys going to sleep?
So Eric is probably going to stay up a little bit. Probably wait till Kaulike sleeps and then sleep himself, but he'll probably busy himself with trying to sketch a foundation for an armor, for full plate armor, if at all possible. That's kind of what he's working on.
What about Kaulike? Is she going to sleep?
I think that Kaulike would be like fidgeting a little bit, and you see her concentrating on something and then letting go, and then concentrating and then letting go, until you see that her form begins to shimmer, and you see in front of you as she casts Alter Self for the first time. As you see a small Alvian girl with long black hair, very, like longer than expected ears, very thin, very lithe, but still some features resembling Kaulike, but you don't like. Did it work? Did it work?
Eric will put down his charcoal pencil and look over and... Where did you get this image of a form from? It hasn't... If changing your appearance...
Yeah,
He'll actually go over as you're talking.
Because I thought that the wings and the cat, it's very. You said it's very unusual and it's very memorable. If the people who are probably now knowing that someone killed and burned the tavern, I am very rememberable. I want to. And they saw us walking away from there, and I thought that I should probably make myself not so rememberable. Did it work?
Eric has a he has kind of a mixed reaction of he's proud that you've learned a new skill, but also a little sad on the fact that his mind has gone to another deeper hole in terms of why she's had to alter self, and he'll say, well, this is a very useful skill.
I just wanted to look different, and I just like pull my hands in front of me. No fur, no how do I look like?
Eric has no shield, so he can't actually, he does have a shield, but he's never really used it. I guess he pulls it out. I don't know if it's super polished. Yeah, I mean, you can always...
A bit of spit polish.
Yeah, press to digitate it to be polished, I guess, if you want it to.
Mm-hmm. I will.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at my...
Well, you do look different.
Oh, weird! Why do I look like that? Do you know?
I assume you have based your idea of what a Albion looks like around others you have seen so far.
But wait,
But perhaps a little bit... correct me if I'm wrong, TM. Age-wise, young Albion, the ears should be shorter.
If I understood correctly, she said that she has long ears.
Right.
So her skin, her eyes seem like those of a teenager girl, even though Albion faces age pretty slowly. By the length of the years, she should be around the 200 years, maybe 150. And you get the feeling that her face is more of like maybe a 20-30-year-old.
Right. So I will relay. Perhaps consider shortening the ears, not as droopy as what you have now.
they're funny.
They are. But if someone knows the Albion race very well, they will know that this is false. Because by judging by your ear droop, you should be much older than what your face and physical look will look like. So think more like Joralf's age with the droop ears. Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
That was a good dad meter sneeze.
But yes.
Not as far as I'm aware.
But yes, perhaps consider a little bit shorter on the ears, or if you are going to keep such long ears, then alter your appearance to look maybe perhaps older, if that spell is possible. I'm not sure if it is. But this is a very useful spell to have, Kaliki. Do not get me wrong.
I will try to do that tomorrow as well. Maybe, I don't think that I can do that today again, but tomorrow.
Of course. But do not expend your magical powers unless we are about to rest.
I don't think that took anything from me, like magic wise. I just think I just wanted it to happen and it happened. Not like casting this and I cast my jam on myself, because why not? It's a good practice to do.
Okay. So this is not coming from your source of power.
I don't know. I just wanted to look different.
DM, is there any when? I will probably well, I can't really ask if
This
there's
is the way
anything
that we are going
physically
to do
different.
it. You
Yeah.
are going to roll insight, Jason, and
Yeah,
Helena will
yeah.
roll either deception or persuasion. She is not going to say, and
Yeah.
based on if you meet the roll, she's going to tell you what you get.
Oh, good thing I have Cloud Giant rune, which gives me an advantage on insight. Is it Cloud? No, it's Stone. So I rolled a natural 20 for a insight of 23.
So
Persuasion or deception?
you choose what you
No,
want,
19.
and if he beats you, you tell him
Yeah.
what he manages to get out of that.
She really has no idea. She
Yeah.
has, game-wise, she didn't spend a spell slot or sorcery points.
Interesting. Very interesting. Alright.
Martin, I explained in chat for you.
No, I get the feeling I know what it is.
Also, I've completely forgotten that apparently I have 120 feet dark vision with Stone's rune. So that's useful. Yeah. Alright, Eric will let it go for now. But yes, practice taking what you see, who you see, make notes of their age, of their appearances, I suppose. Just be careful if we are in any sort of situation where deception is required. The more discerning eyes might be able to ascertain that your self is false.
I will, thank you.
Nods. And
Good
probably
night. Thank you.
good night. Yeah, and we'll probably continue his sketching, trying to work out how plate mail is going to go over his body, but not too long.
Sure. So, Quotal, as you approach the table with Shoralf and this human with a shield, they seem to ignore you for an awkward minute, as they are in like a staring contest, not even looking at you. Do you do anything?
Made a new friend, Joralf?
He blinks and goes like, "Ah, fuck. Well, yes. We have some similar interests. Today is the day of the technical difficulties, clearly. Do you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Today, we seem to have some similar interests. So we are enjoying a drink together. And the human looks at you and goes, "Well, chap, looks like you could join us if you want."
I think not. I was just wanting to check if Jorelf was treating you okay and not in being too ambiguous with you.
Oh, well, the old rascal here is hard to read, but once you get to know him, he's lovely.
I hope that may happen eventually. But, I shall leave you to your discussions and your contest.
Well, mate, I'm here every night if you need me.
And Cortal will walk away.
Sure. So, everybody goes to sleep. You get a long rest, you recover 1 point of exhaustion, and you roll your HP.
Fuck that.
As the sun rises, Bishar, you are the first one to see the sun, as you are on the highest point in this place.
Yeah.
And it hits you on the face. As you start seeing a lot of... You look down and you see very early, as soon as the sun starts to rise, a lot of people are walking away from the town, carrying axes and going deeper into the woods.
Martin,
Alright.
there's a question for you.
I'm popular today. Yes. Okay. Bishar, you see the morning workers going into the forest to lumber the wood that they need to work. You start seeing slowly as houses start to open up, kids going out. You see a group of 12 teenagers wearing looks similar to robes and uniforms made out of white with purple. They all seem to be wearing big witch hats for some reason, and they all are walking together as the city starts to rise up.
Awesome. I think Fisher will just get up, just take in the view and everything for a couple of minutes, and then head back towards the Dragon Den Inn for breakfast and to meet up with the rest of the gang.
Yeah. So everybody's waking up. Breakfast. You go down to the main hall one by one. You order your breakfast. It's given to you. Even at this point in hour, you see the workers are wearing the cosplay. You see a bunch of teenagers arriving with the dead stares in their face. And a couple of minutes later, they come back and they have cosplays and a big smile. All of your group reconvenes, and the last one to arrive is Marlish, as he sits on the table and goes, "Sup, dude? How did you sleep, all? I had the best night, no snoring, no discussions, no threatening. It was so peaceful." You see that Shoralf is not on the table.
I think I have had the best night of sleep in weeks, so I'm pretty good.
Did you murder Joralf?
Nah, the old man wanted to kill me a couple of nights ago, but I wouldn't kill him.
Okay.
I have no idea where he is, though.
Oh, I was just going to ask, has anybody seen him?
Last time, he was chatting with the elderly human with the shields at the table. So maybe he's off gallivanting with them.
Oh, give me a moment. I will look for him. And Marlish turns around and goes, "Shoralf, you old coot, where are you?" No, he's not
Surely-
here. He's dead.
Bam, bam. I didn't understand what you say.
Eric would have said surely there was a better way to do that. Eric will. Is there staff at the bar, at the
Yeah.
reception?
Yeah, there are like just a couple of teenagers working and preparing food.
I will say, did you happen to see a elderly Alvian gentleman and a human with a shield go out this morning or late last night?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I just arrived like half an hour ago for my shift. I didn't see anybody here.
That's quite alright. Looks, goes back, shrugs. Unless Quarter, you wish to message our new Alvian friend?
It will be a good idea to check up on him. I shall cast Sending.
Oh, mage armor. It's a good practice to cast it every day.
Only lasts for 8 hours, so it'll last in a certain first half of the day.
It's a level 1 spell, I can spare it.
I mean, it's like 8 hours.
Yeah.
So, Kotal, you try sending.
Yeah,
What do you say?
good.
Roll me the 100.
Goodness sake. There's the thing. Right. D100. Okay. $40. The caster suffers the same spell effect as the target. I message myself.
You hear an echo.
You have
hear
echo in your head as you hear your voice double.
Sorry.
Cool. Got that out of the way though. Good morning, Jorelf.
Good morning, sure elf.
Did you
Did
enjoy
you
your
enjoy
chat
your chat
with
with
elderly man?
the elderly man?
Where are you
Where are you
currently?
currently?
I'll do.
You
That
hear
will
the
do.
you hear the message playing back in your head as no response. And we are going to take our break here. As I desperately need to go to the bathroom.
Why is this character giving us more grief and he's not even here?
Okay, we'll be back in a couple of
Again,
minutes for part 2.
frustratingly unhelpful.
Yeah.
We'll be back in a couple of minutes for part 2. Stay tuned and keep on weaving.
Yeah.
Go.
Welcome to part 2. So, Bottle, your sending spells fails due to external sources. What are you doing?
Looks like he's blocked me.
That does that ever happen? Can people block you, or is it because they are not here?
Well, it may be due to something, someplace he is. It may be blocking the the magic, or it may be the fact that he has something on him that prevents the magic reaching him.
We will need to ask if he has any particular item that does this on him that we are not aware of.
As if he will give us a straight answer.
We could just murder him and just be done with it.
He
Is
probably
anyone
will say
listening
nothing.
to our conversation about murdering someone?
At this time, the inn is fairly empty, and it's a big
Okay,
place.
cool.
So
Well, he is a grown Albion, so I'm sure he can take care of himself. Whilst we are sitting here contemplating what we need to do for the next leg of the journey, do we think we need to get supplies, or do we think we are alright to continue our journey?
You wanted to have a smithy, right?
Yes, but there won't be one in this town. We need to go to a much larger one, if I remember correctly. This won't. They won't have one here. We could potentially check if there is any armoring shops around, but I highly doubt that they will carry anything that I am after specifically.
And what was the town that the murdered Alvian was saying about? To me, Dan, the one that is right now here, Tirmilan. Where is it right now? Which one is it?
I believe the city itself is destroyed, if I remember correctly.
But he said that they built something on it. On the where it maybe AzerrA wasn't there.
GM, do I know?
So, what Desmond told you guys is that what now is known as Elam used to be Tirmilan, and it was rebuilt after the cataclysm.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Repeat what was said. Probably. And is that where we're heading to? Here we go. There's that map. Sorry. Right. So we are in Armenia. We need to cross the bridge. Looks like there's another town. And then we need to go to Armenia, main city district of Elam.
That's where you are. No, you are on Almian, the main city of Armenia. You need to cross the bridge, go to a district that none of you have been in before, and then keep going to Elam.
Yeah.
No. So maybe he went ahead, because I think he wanted to go there for some reason.
I suppose another detour will not hurt us so bad.
Perhaps he decided that we failed in proving ourselves worthy, and that he was better off without us.
Because we didn't slay the dragon.
No,
No, I think more like whatever happened at the tavern would have caused it.
It is very hard to reason with such a person who is set in their ways, and the fact that he's an Albion out of time. the last known things that he knows of this world is that my race, the Beast Walkers, were enslaved warriors, which does not bode well for me. The moment I heard that, the fact that there are other, he still believes this is a accepted practice, also worries me.
Can I practice my race, or is it just Jason speaking? Or is
It's more... Eric has never been comfortable with the idea of enslavement. Like he's very pro. You can tell he is very pro Nasanzia, but also pro freedom. Like he is essentially, in some ways, he is probably going to end up being like someone in during the dark times of America, like trying to be that person, trying to ensure that nothing like that ever happens again to the Beast Walkers. Like, so the fact that Jorov has joined our group and has had very, very close connections with such a thing slightly irks him, and is, out of principle, is not going to murder Jorov just because he is connected to it, because he knows that's not the right thing. That's a very base instinct that Eric is trying to resist to do, which is just straight up cut his throat. Because he knows that Jorov is probably not an enslaver as such, but doesn't like that he's keeping Sustit around as a slave.
Yeah. Okay.
I suggest that we stay within the town a little while to resupply, gather some things we might need, and don't stay too long, because we need to head towards Ellen to find a way to bring back Gaba, or at least find out what happened to her.
Yes. Should we then just tell the staff we're staying another night then? How big is the town?
About a couple of kilometers.
Okay, so
You don't really know that much when you pass, but why don't you give me a history check?
yay! Nope. Hang on. That is a 11.
11. So, this place is about as big as Nersandia, smaller than Elam and the capital, but it is still within one of the 5 biggest places in the empire. Has around 50 to maybe 70,000 people living in here. So,
Okay, so possibly we could find some good stuff around. Okay, cool. I'll look to the party. We can most definitely stay another night, spend the rest of the day getting supplies, possibly finding little shops that might help us along the way.
It quite depends on how long we want to wait for the Alvin guy. Mr.
Gerald?
Unhelpful. Gerald. Because we might as well take advantage of the town while we're here, but we don't really need anything, I think.
At this point in time, you would see Thuras climbing downstairs. As she walks, she puts her claws and makes like a dent and a line and a scratch in the main barkeep, and she just sits. And you see one of the servers comes and goes, "Oh my princess, oh my lady, here's shut it, kid. Here's your beer. Have a good one."
Good
Is it
morning.
a walk of shame, or is it a?
It was more
of anger.
a walk of "I'm the shit."
How did you sleep?
Who says I slept?
What
Also
did
fair.
you do?
Well, I had a very interesting conversation with an old acquaintance and knocked some sense into his mind with some improvements to a business.
Fair.
Any scars of beating the shit out of this guy or anything?
I didn't have to beat the shit out of him. I just had to politely threaten him about revealing all of his secrets and getting him arrested by using the name of a guild.
Oh, was this not a approved?
Fuck
An
no.
approved?
We don't use cheap robes like these kids. It's a knockoff. They are taking the symbol of the Noble Raging Fox Guild and using it for a display. I could get them arrested if I wanted to.
I'll be honest with you, I had no clue. I had thought this was perhaps an offshoot, a way for the Raging Fox Guild to have passive income.
You know what? That's actually a good idea, kitty boy. I'm going back to the room. And you see that she starts walking back into the staircase, this time grabbing the mead, drinking it, and just throwing it into the floor. And you see a teenager in Beast Walker costume comes and starts like cleaning up the floor.
Can I, before it impacts, like mage hand, catch it?
Yeah, sure, why not? You see that she just throws it and you just catch it.
Any
Can I-
damages or cleaning costs incurred by her are not paid for by us. She has a separate tab to us. Just to be clear.
Don't worry, brave adventurer. We have been told by the noble warrior that all expenses shall be covered by him.
Of hers or of ours?
Or of the very angry, very threatening, mean dragon lady.
Oh, she's
So-
lovely when
so
you get to
her-
know her.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
When you know how to talk to her, basically, she's the best.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I would have to get the bards to tell the tale of this fair lady.
That's Lady Thoras.
That's? No.
Yes.
That's the damsel in distress?
She is not a damsel in distress. I would highly advise you do not use such words around her.
She's neither damsel nor in distress.
Oh. You see that this boy is going away with his imagination. Okay, so anything I can help you with? Would you like to look at the breakfast menu?
No. You must have no local knowledge of the town, correct?
But of course, brave adventurer. I, as a noble sir of this table, have all of the
You
knowledge.
may speak normally.
Oh fuck God,
I'm
thank
giving
you.
I'm giving you permission to speak normally.
Yeah, sure, man.
Does his voice like drop several octaves?
Yeah, and like the face goes like.
Good.
So
Now,
what you looking for, bro?
we are looking for. Are there any are there any weapon smithies in the area? Any shops that sell armor, supplies, adventuring gear, perhaps, or even not adventuring gear, perhaps looking at
Something more general.
Yeah.
like a general supply store as well.
Okay, I hear ya. You got the money? Can you pay
Within
for the
within
expensive
reason.
shit? Can you pay for the expensive shit, or do you want more of like the common folk people?
Give us a range.
Okay, bro. So if you have the money, you wanna go to the melted claw. Top shit armor, top shit swords. I always go with my homies and we look through the mirror. Too expensive though. If you want something that shines and does like magical tricks or whatever, you can go to the tricky goblin. That guy is batshit crazy. He will sell you whatever relics from the past. Just be careful, do not get bitten. And if you want more of a general thing, you can just go to the treetop market. It's kind of like a general big place with everything.
Pardon, you said don't get bitten.
Well, yeah, the dude is crazy.
Just generally, he goes round and bites people.
From time to time, if like he says that it's one of like the things about the store, but like most of the people on this place don't have the money, so why would you be biting them? Like, you know, oh crap. So as the noble adventurers say, you should go to the house of the green bear and yeah, you wanna go to the place of this dipshit and try to buy some of his magical wands or whatever.
Nod.
Are there any stores that primarily sell magic supplies rather than items?
Yeah, the crazy goblin probably has something like that.
Ooh.
Are you talking about like real magic or like party tricks? Like
Real.
Real magic.
Real magic.
oh,
Party
I
tricks,
have no fucking idea, bro. I had to
Nah.
learn.
Do you know some magic tricks?
Yeah, of course. Give me a moment. I'll be back with the magic trick. And you see that he goes away. Marley, she goes. Yo,
Pick a
dude,
card,
if
any
you want,
cards.
I can show you a real magic trick. You don't have to trust this dude, bro.
I pull out of nowhere a hat, prestidigitation, pull out a rabbit out of his head. I can do that too.
Holy fuck, I forgot you are magic, right? Nice.
You forgot.
She is
Yeah.
literally magic.
Well, yeah, bro, I forget some stuff from time to time. I see you as a person, you know, bro. A couple of minutes later, this teenager comes. This time, instead of wearing like the cosplay armor, he's wearing a cosplay mage outfit. And alas, it is I, the great mage Merlin Lear. Now, pick a card, any card.
Is he asking me directly?
Yeah.
I will take one coin, one silver coin, however much I have that is the lowest denomination. Actually, maybe two. Give me 1 second. Let me just look at my thing. Yeah, I will give him 2 lesser silvers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to slide it over to him and say, I'm going to pay you not to do this trick.
Oh. Well, kind of like the magic
Damn.
trick. The magic trick is the best part of the shop, but sure.
It's quite alright. I get, I
Killjoy.
get the gimmick. I am not for it, unfortunately.
Yeah, sure, bro. Suit yourself, like free money.
Consider
whatever.
consider that your tip.
Sure, this will help pay my tuition fees, I guess.
Bunny ears prestidigitation behind Eric. Killjoy.
I look over like, you can stay and have as much fun as you want. I'm not for such novelties.
Oh. No, I want to see the goblin. He sounds fun.
Right then. Shall we?
So, where are you guys going?
Before we get out, should I make myself less rememberable?
How long does it last for?
I think an hour.
I would say only use it when we have to.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe do we have a cloak of some sort that would be a bit more manual disguise?
I'll unclip mine because Eric's quite large anyway, so his cloak is probably going to cover Kaliki's quite easily, plus wings.
Matilda.
So, where are you guys going to? The Molten Claw, the Treetop Market, the what was the name of the goblin? The
Tricky goblin.
Tricky goblin.
Yeah, or the Tricky Goblin. There are some other places that you could go also.
I would personally like to swing by the Molten Claw first, just to see how much outside of the price range this is, and see if their wares are actually good enough for it. If there are any objections, I know perhaps the Tricky Goblin might sound like something more of the end sort of gesture to the magic users, more up your end.
Oh, I like shiny stuff as well.
I would be interested in looking at the armor.
Yeah, primarily the armor is more for me to ensure I don't get hit as often as I do. Alright, sounds like we are in agreement to go to the Molten Claw.
First, yes.
Alright. Ask for directions towards it.
Yeah, so you make your way. This one is like on the it's on the bottom floor on the ground level. It is kind of like to the outskirts of the town. As you approach, it's one of the oldest looking houses in this place. As you go down the trees, you start seeing the houses becoming more older and less adorned, less polished. And the more you go towards the outskirts, the more that happens. You arrive to this place. It's just like a normal wooden house. It has like some displays with armors and shields and weapons on the outside, almost as in mannequins. And you can hear the clanking of metal against metal coming from the inside. It seems to have some sort of oh crap. What is the thing where you melt? Not the smelter, the other one.
Forge.
Forge. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to have like
Forge.
like some forge and a very long pipe for the exhaust of the fumes that seems to be built inside of a tree going away. As you enter, there's an orc man just hammering at something.
I call out, Master Smith.
Oh, I wouldn't say master, but what can I help you with? You see, there's like this orc, very tall man, two husks. He has more of like a reddish pale skin, and is wearing nothing except by a leather apron.
Sorry, that description threw me off. I was like, hang on a second. Is he birthday suit underneath the apron?
I mean, yes.
Fine.
It sounds like it.
Sounds like it. Right. Eric will say, I'm Eric. I've been pointed in your direction, possibly because you are one of the more renowned smithies in this town.
I thank you for the compliment. I also take the only smithy in the town, but thank you for the compliment.
Fair. Unfortunately, I'm new here, so I am looking possibly for plate armor. I'm not sure if you will have such a piece readily available, or whether it needs to be adjusted to my physique as such.
Holy hammer. First time in months that I sell an armor. My wife was telling me that I should stop this hobby, just dedicate myself to fixing axes, to fixing the mill, you know, crappy metal work, but at least I have a customer that wants some true metal.
What is your name?
Oh, you can call me Grug.
Alright.
Now,
Okay.
come, let's take some measurements. And you see that he grabs like a wooden dummy and pulls it next to you. Too small. Grabs another wooden dummy. Too big. And kind of like starts shaping a wooden dummy, changing like a shoulder pads and making it too much kind of like your physique. This is the one. So, Kitty Cat, what are you looking for today?
Well, I'm possibly looking for plate armor, one that is quite good for protecting frontline fighters such as myself. If barring that you don't, I need to look because I want to see, just to make sure I get my options here. So I know. So I currently have. What do I currently have on me? So I have got chainmail. So I'm looking for either a splint or plate armor.
And are you
Plate armor,
Are you looking for iron, for gold, for silver, maybe wood?
Gold. Go for gold.
You would
Encrusted
look
diamond.
nicer. You would look nicer in gold.
it would. Looking at the group like, what's wrong with my looking at my armor like, what's wrong with my color?
It would go very nicely with your mane. Men.
How? Let's hypothetically say, how much would a gold plate armor run for?
200 large gold pieces.
Look at Quarto. Do we have such
200.
funds?
I can't remember what the bloody exchange rate is. Hang on a sec.
Large gold is equal to platinum. Lesser gold is equal to gold.
Yeah.
Large silver is equal to silver. Lesser silver is equal to copper.
Okay, so I have on me currently
Fucking Gabba with the
7
rest of
large gold.
67, so that's way out of our budget. Okay.
Gold is
Whoa.
expensive. It's really
No, of
good
course.
for magic imbuing and stuff. But if you want to go into like real combat, get the iron.
How much are we looking at for an iron piece?
5 large gold pieces.
Cole will do a thumbs up.
Really low for that's fine. So let's say, what is the in between that? Is there anything in between the gold and the iron piece?
Well, it depends. I could either custom fit it to you, that will make it a little bit more comfortable rather than a stock armor. Or I could improve on the quality on the iron and make it layered so that it's better and it has more oomph for the protection, you know?
Both options sound very good to me. We are only here for perhaps another day or so. We are not planning to stay very long, unfortunately, and I am somewhat of a smith myself. I am familiar with the smithing tools. I do not wish to rush any jobs that would create substandard.
Most of my shops right now are fixing a broken axe or fixing a chip on some sawmill or whatever. There's not that metal working here, so I will definitely put you on top of my list.
Okay. So mechanically,
So
what are we talking? Like +1 or no disadvantage to stealth?
So if you go for the exactly fitted to you, it would be no disadvantage on stealth. If you go to the layered iron, it would be a +1.
That is also clutch.
The layered iron is a total of 50 gold pieces.
Yeah, that would wipe us.
And the fitted to you is also 50 gold pieces.
It would also wipe us.
God damn it, Gabba!
Fucking have
Look,
most
have
of
the
the
money.
Gotta have some goddamn money. Okay. I will. Okay. I would say to group, bear with me. I am not the financier of the group, as it were.
Oh yeah, sure. The turtle has the pants of the family, huh?
Pants more like the wallet. So
You should be. You
It's
are
safe
more
that
like
way.
myself. We are kindred soul. We like iron. We like strength, and we like to be naked.
I'd be honest with you, if I could, I would spend the time making the armor myself, but I do not have the time. So I might as well get it from a skilled artisan.
Tell you what, if you help me, I will offer you a small discount.
How much are we looking at?
How good of a smithy are you?
Present my tools from Nasanzia, and I will say, I will actually present my ring mail as well, and say, there is a bit of a tradition. I don't know if you're familiar with our practices, but for those who go on guard patrol duties for Nasanzia, they must make their own armor. So this particular ring now is what I've created, and also what I've been wearing since I have left.
Okay, I can see the bite and the claw marks over here, so it's
seen some action.
it's good. It's got some good joints. You know what? You seem competent enough. I would be glad to try you and have another smith with me for the first time in many years. So how about making it 20% discount?
I don't know if I should push it. Eric's not a haggler, that's the problem. Eric is not a haggler. He sees value in people.
But are you comfortable with parting with your chainmail? When you said this is something you made yourself, are you comfortable to parting with it?
I will not be throwing it away as such. I will keep it with me. When we eventually get back to Nasanzia, I will have this mounted somewhere, as part of a collection, I suppose, for myself, to remind me of what I've been through. But I will not be parting with the chainmail as such, so I look at Groob and say, I offer him the Beastmaster grip, and say, you have yourself a deal.
40 large gold pieces it is then. Let's get right to work. Try to not get your fur burned.
I'll grin and I'll say, it'll be alright. I look at the rest of the party and say, I do hope this is actually alright with you.
I think we all need someone who can take a hit, yes.
As much as I know this will be slightly selfish of me, but
I may be able to help out a bit. Well, no, you're up the front usually. It'll benefit the rest of us.
I will endeavor.
Would it make
Looking
any
at,
difference?
like...
Oh.
Oh.
Go on. Artificer, speak.
You have the schematics.
Looking at the setup that Grog has, like the forging setup, is there any like obvious improvements that could be made in the design of the forge, or like changes that could be made that would improve it that I can see?
Why don't you make me let's call it investigation check?
Investigation. Okay. 16.
So, looking around, there's a plethora of improvements that come to your mind immediately. The first one is maybe not making the whole place out of wood. When there's a live fire very hot next to it, you can see that there's a lot of burn marks on the floor as something has fallen and the place was almost set on fire a multitude of times. All of the other improvements that come to mind would take like a long time. Like with the proper materials and the proper time, you could increase the efficiency of the fire. You could move some stuff around to make the time between moving from point A to point B shorter, so that the metal doesn't have to go through that much stress. But like all of the improvements that come to mind would take a lot of money, redesigning the place from scratch, or a lot of time.
I could give you some designs for improvements. We won't have the time to make them now, but I can show you how you can improve the forge. Then you'll be able to do things more quickly and make more stuff.
Sure. Forge tips from a furry dwarf. That's something you don't see every day.
He is quite
I've spent my
competent.
share of time. Yes. I've spent my fair share of time near forges and all sorts of dangerous manufacturing.
So my audio console just restarted. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, spent time near dangerous manufacturing places.
Which I will note down.
Well, we'd better get back to work. Are you folks staying here, or are you coming back later?
I have
No.
a question. I'm sorry, Visha. I have a question.
No, go ahead.
I am able to put on a magical ward on myself that allows me to be hit less likely. Is there any possibility that I imbue that magical power onto the armor that you two are going to make?
If you can do that, definitely do it, but I am no mambo-shambo dealing with the stuff. I deal in iron, I deal in metal.
Now a question to the DM. Could I attempt to imbue mage armor onto his armor somehow?
So for imbuing spells into an item and make it into a magical item, it's a very long process, extremely long, extremely costly, because you need the materials. That's why gold is normally easier to imbue magical properties into. Iron is very hard, so you can try. It's just going to be really hard.
Yeah. What's wrong with trying?
It sounds like the perfect April Fool's gift. Because normally mage armor only works if you're not already wearing armor. So it's like an amazing set of armor that only works while not being worn.
I wasn't going to say anything.
It's a AC buff, shush.
True.
Well, in any case, Eric will probably disarmor himself, take his armor off, and probably get to work for however long it takes. He will probably spend as much time as he needs at the Molten Claw.
A very important question.
Yes.
Also naked.
I think Eric will keep his pants on for this, but he will be shirtless.
Wow.
I mean,
Now the question is, Bishar and Quotal, are you guys staying on the fort?
No. Seeing as this will probably take up most of the day to forge and fit to size the armor, Vishal will try to find like a central square or at least a very central piece of the town, and start casting plant growth, the long variant. So that will take me multiple hours to complete.
Are you going to like a normal place or to like a busy? Because you could go to like the treetop market on the 3rd floor, and there's a lot of people there. You could go to the watchtower. You could just go to like in the middle of some houses.
I will try to find a place that's a bit secluded, because I would prefer not to be disturbed while casting the spell. But it's the most important part is that it's like a central area of the town, to include as much of it in the radius of the spell as possible.
Yeah. So in that case, I would say that the best place would be near the Arcanum Halo Academy. Like those group of teenagers that you saw earlier in the morning, they were heading to this place. You get some directions, and this is kind of like in the middle floor, in the center of the town, and it has like a lot of bridges connecting to everywhere, almost as in like a star pattern.
Cool.
What are you doing?
How much am I given for Eric's armor?
So that was 50 large gold pieces with a 20% discount for the help, so that would be 40 large gold pieces.
Okay. Okay, removed. I'm gonna go see the crazy goblin.
Okay.
Have something nice for me, please.
Now, before we go to the crazy goblin, I want Eric to roll with advantage a smithing tools checks, and Kauliki, you roll an arcana check with disadvantage. And Ephraim,
I need 2 natural 20s. 2 natural 20s, please.
1 in 400.
Yes.
Ephraim is doing anything in the forge or just drawing up his plans?
I mean, I am also proficient in smith tools, so
Yeah, but Eric already
I
has
can help
advantage.
that way as well.
Eric already has advantage.
You
Because
can give me advantage on Arcana.
yeah, he could. He's
He
an
is an
officer.
artificer, so he can help with the fusions.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, I do know how to do fusions. Okay. Yeah.
Right. So, so here's a fun fact, because Eric was 2 levels exhaustion when he went before the long rest. So he had 1 level of exhaustion. He had a disadvantage on. He has disadvantage on ability checks. However, because of the straight roll advantage, because of the advantage, he gets a straight roll. And because of the fire rune, he gets to double his ability checks. What ability check are we saying this is, DM?
Are you proficient in smithing tools?
I am.
So this would be
Strength?
strength or dexterity, I don't remember, plus proficiency.
I think smithing tools, they say, is strength, but I will double check for you now. Adds proficiency, doesn't say, so it's kind of your call, but
We are going to go with... you can choose on how you want to do it. Do you want to be like heavy? I would say in this case it's more related to dexterity because you are fixing and adjusting a suit of armor that already exists rather than forcing new parts into it.
Okay, fair dues. Well, in any case, I get to add double my proficiency to that roll. So I have a +6 with a 17 on the die, which is a 23.
Okay.
Nice.
What about
Nice,
Kauliki
nice.
with Ephraim's help?
With Ephraim, so I rolled an 18 and a 15. With Ephraim's help, I am at 23.
23. Okay. So you guys tell me, what is this montage like? Grug pulls up this heavy-looking iron plate armor with big pauldrons, a helmet. It's thick. It's built almost for like an orc. It has like plating interlocking into each other, but it's still flexible enough to allow some movement. It's bigger than Eric because Grug is taller than Eric. So you guys tell me, what is this montage like?
Like two giants and two small people. What?
Eric is probably showing sketches of what he's been working on, like in terms of the plate armor, and is basically, in a way, trying not to overstep groups, because Eric is letting group lead, but he's also adjusting group's ideas slightly here and there. So in terms of like whether it's reheating each of the armor pieces, folding it in so that it's a little bit smaller to size, just making it more sturdier, and where Eric can, he will also replicate the same stone ruin giant that he has on his chainmail onto his plate mail as well.
Okay. In the meantime, Kauliki and Ephraim are going around imbuing runes. Kauliki tries to do the runes as you interpret them and as you know them, but with Ephraim's and Eric's guidance, you kind of change your way around. Tell me, how does that look like?
I'm just, maybe I first of all written up in old language runes what I think the spell is. Just like, Hadong, excuse me, Hadong, excuse me. These are the runes I think for. They don't hear me.
Eric will look around.
Yes. It's very close, and then I will kind of. And I will sort of show you, like, just rearrange here your. For this case of formatting, just a little different here, and I'll sort of guide her hands, kind of like sort of from behind, like.
Ghost.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
like
she's-
this
yes, kind of
dichotomy.
like.
It's like this dichotomy of Kauliki being super trying to not get in the way and avoiding the two tall guys, and Ephraim just not caring and being so absorbed into his work and his mastermind, and just getting into the middle to like sketch the runes, even if that means Eric will almost hit him with the hammer. So I will at this point give you the option to add a minor magical imbuement to the armor. Something like it can flank away and flow a little bit as if it had wind ever at all moments. It glows into the dark. It glows when there's a goblin nearby. It can light up. It produces a sound. It produces a smell, but not mage armor. Midway of the process, you do realize that imbuing a full spell into this will take more work. Like, it's like when you start drawing and you realize that you run out of space in the paper, kind of like that. So with Ephraim's help, you adjust the runes to something. What do you do? You can make the armor to always smell like wet kitty hair.
No. I would ask what he wants. I don't think I could make you always smell nice, or I could make you wish for light, or something like that. I sadly cannot. I don't think I can do.
This is a proposition of mine, since you are going for the armor fitted to you to be stealthier. As part of this, you could make it that light doesn't bounce as shiny of the metal, make the metal duller,
Oh, that.
so that it goes together with like the not disadvantage in stealth.
So we're going. Hang on. So we're going.
Or I can make it
plate mail with
proud
plus.
confetti, if you want.
Because I was still deciding which one I wanted. The higher AC rather than the disadvantage.
Higher AC.
Yeah, because at this point, my mind is Eric's. Vacation home is
You are cutting off
Exhaustionville.
really bad.
You are,
Jason.
yeah.
Hold on. Let me restart. 1 second.
No, that's better. You're good.
Okay. I'm thinking of doing +1 armor because in my mind Eric lives in Exhaustionville semi-permanently at this point. So even if he has no disadvantage on the stealth, he might end up having disadvantage due to his exhaustion anyway, and might as well have the +1 extra AC. I think that is the idea here.
So what would be the minor enchantment that Kauliki does?
I would
Confetti?
confetti when I slay an enemy.
I love that.
Or I
Whenever
don't
you
know.
hit something for the first time, you hear a voice yell, "First blood!"
Or perhaps
Taylor would have
Damn.
or perhaps a little fanfare when I slay something like
Jingle.
Oh no, the Wilhelm scream whenever you kill something.
I'm still for either confetti or finish him.
you know what,
That's not very inclusive.
I think confetti is funnier. I think confetti is funnier actually.
Okay. So you have you describe it to me how it looks. Your +1 plate armor that throws a confetti in a 5 feet around you every time that you kill an enemy or make a critical hit.
Oh sweet,
Us.
nice.
How does it look like?
Nice. So I think Eric's mind is that he's made it where the plate armor has been reforged in such a way that he every time he's that there's a actual smithing term called squelch when the armor is like super hot and then they dip it in oil to like basically like produce like to reveal the Damascus wave upon the armor. So very much like any of the swords, like katanas or longs, any of the weaponry, you can see like the Damascus wave across it. Eric will probably have those semi-revealed once it's been polished and buff, and hopefully we'll have had it in such a way that if you look carefully, the chest piece will reveal the emblem of a lion of a lion's head, but it's very subtle, where the Damascus lines sort of form that imagery, but it's very subtle.
Cool.
Nice. So as this will take all of the day as you forge this armor, Otto, you arrive on the first floor, deep in the middle of the city, next to the biggest staircase of Almeria, and you arrive to what would easily be described as an abandoned house, almost with like broken windows, kind of completely let rundown, except for a shiny strobing sign that says the Tricky Goblin. The sign is also kind of leaning and about to fall to the ground.
Could be worse. Yeah.
As you enter the building, you open the door, and as soon as you touch the door, it slams open and it retracts, going and then and it keeps repeating itself for like a couple of seconds. You enter and lights are off, everything is turned off. You see the silhouettes of something that looks kind of like small wooden tables, but everything is so dark. And as do you walk in? Do you keep walking into the building?
He'll light a torch and then walk in.
You light a torch, you keep walking, and as you make 2 steps inside, the door that was opening up and going closes behind you. Your torch is turned off by a gust of wind, and you stand.
Hang on, there's no wind within 10 foot of me.
Your torch
Baby.
does. You see a current of wind trying to come towards you, and it impacts and it gets deflected, and you hear, "Oh fuck! What now? Don't know. Step number two. And you see, you hear something thudding behind you, and you hear steps. And as you turn around, there's like this goblin with long pointy ears, a pink bow on her head, and a bouquet of flowers, and goes, "Welcome to the crazy goblin!" And she kind of gives you the flowers onto your hand, pushes it into you. She pushes you, and you kind of tumble half a centimeter back, and when you look back, you feel something against your knee, and you see a goblin crouching, trying to like make you drop on your back, but the goblin girl didn't push you hard enough, and was like, "Oh fuck, what now?" And you hear a voice, step number three. Okay. And you see the goblin kind of like throws the flowers onto the floor, goes like, sorry, can you knee for a second?
Is this how you treat all prospective customers?
No, normally the plan goes better, but you are sturdy, so on your knees, please.
No.
Oh well,
That's what she said.
have it the hard way. And she tries to jump and climb onto you, and she kind of climbs and pushes back and jumps onto one of the tables and goes, "Welcome to the crazy goblin house of chaos!" And you confetti falls from the ceiling, and a light show goes poots. How may we have assistance?
Looking for some tricks.
Yes, we have them.
I love it.
What kind of tricks? The kind of like exploding asses, the kind of melting hands, or the kind of mindfuckery?
Explosions sound good.
Oh, come this way. And she jumps onto your shoulders and kind of points your head towards one of the tables. Come over here. And she drops out of your shoulders, and you see, it is time! And you see like 5 goblins going from like tallest to smallest, coming in a line, surrounding the table, and each one of them puts like a crank on one of the legs of the table, and they start going all of them at the same time, and an illusion starts and an illusion comes on top of the table. Now, this I call the ass cracker. And you see an illusion of like a small, like a cylinder with a little spark going on, and then a cartoonish explosion, and then it loops and it keeps looping. You just grab this, you put it in someone's pocket or ass, I'm not judging, and there's a lot of kaboom.
It seems a little mild. Anything bigger?
Oh, yes, of course. And she jumps onto the other table in front of that one and goes, and the goblins keep cranking. No, you idiots, this one. Oh, sorry, mama. And they run to the other table and start cranking this one. This I call the big kaboom. And you see 2 of the same explosions.
And what creates this big kaboom?
Oh, you just grab 2 of these things and you just put it inside and then they explode. Trade secret.
Anything in comparison to a fireball?
Oh, you are talking about really killing someone. Okay. Then come with me. No need for these mere illusions and trickery. Sama knows what you need. Sama knows. Come up. And she kind of guides you towards a staircase that goes to a 2nd floor.
Glad I came here.
Came to the right place.
She jumps on top of a table and goes, and you hear a bunch of little kids running upstairs, and they go and start cranking again. Now, this is a little bit more expensive, you know. Sama needs to get her income, lot of kids. And I call this the Mega Kaboom. And you see, this time it's the same, but it's a sphere made completely black. Now, if you throw this at someone's face, they are dead. And everything surrounding it is dead. And if you are not careful, you are dead. Happened to one of my kids, totally dead. Not coming back.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, it's fine. I have many more. Sama knows, Sama's sad. But Sama needs money. More kids on the way.
Replace the old ones.
Now, if you want Mega Kaboom, Sama is going to need 1 large gold piece.
Damn.
How many do you have?
How many do you want?
I'll take them all.
So, large kaboom, out the thing. What do?
Large Kaboom, large explosion. No illusion, explosion, like real Kaboom.
Is there a... How could you put it? A testing zone?
Yes, but you are going to have to pay. Sama is not charity.
I'll see. Half the price of one of these for a test?
No, kaboom is 1 use, full price for 1 kaboom.
Well, if I want to buy multiple, I want to know if it's worth the money.
And you can know by using and buying 1 and then coming back, precious customer. Sama is not idiot. Sama has got many kids. All of them are tricksters. All of them are idiots. Sama is not idiot.
Can I see one of these large kabooms? Mega kabooms?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, he's not great at these.
Come on, sorcerer. You have some points in charisma. Charisma.
That's a 10.
Oh, Jesus.
Illusion is enough.
Any reviews from other value customers?
Well,
That survived.
some people say that Sama's kaboom is what caused the great explosion 3 years ago, but Sama says no. Sama only sells big kabooms to people that she trusts. And I trust you.
I'll take 5.
Okay, so 5 large gold coins, please.
Cool.
And for a limited offer, if you give me 1 silver piece, I will give you 1 glass of goblin milk.
No, thank you.
No, well, treat yourself. And you see that she grabs a glass and starts drinking.
Cool. Yeah, 5 big kabooms.
Okay. So after you give her the 5 large gold pieces, she kind of goes with her feet, tack tack, and out of the ceiling, pop 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 pop, 5 black spheres fall onto the ground. Now you just squish this and throw it into someone's face, and then boom, they dead. If someone asks, you never were here.
Can I take a look at these big kabooms?
Sure.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
You know, if they're real.
They look like a sphere, perfect cylindrical sphere made out of like some sort of black iron.
So,
You gave him grenades.
I can catapult.
You can cast what?
Catapult.
Right now?
No, not right now, but when I need to.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I would like to cast War Crime, please.
That's exactly it.
Well, we're going up against demons and all this shit, so I thought, why the fuck not?
Now,
How much money do you have?
I still have 22 large gold left.
Oh, he's got enough.
I have 8 small silver.
I threw up this large gold, it's fine.
would you like to look at any other of Suma's wares?
Do you have anything on the protection side?
Protection? No, why would I?
Protection from kaboom?
Just don't get hit by a kaboom.
Fair enough.
Would you like to look at some daggers? Would you like to look at some illusion? Does the turtle want some soup?
That's if.
No, I'm fine. Kaboom should be enough.
Yes, kaboom is always enough.
She's unhinged.
No more discussions after kaboom. Suma knows.
And if you want to get a bit more business, the whole ramshackled house with scary elements in may not be the best idea.
What? Why? People love Suma's house. It has attitude.
How many customers have you had?
All of the fuckers are poor. They don't want to come in because they be poor. Unlike Turtle here, Turtle really has money.
And Turtle keeps puts the money back in his shell where it can't be nabbed at.
Speaking of which, what is your passive perception?
15.
Okay. So anything else here?
No.
Okay. Well, tell your friends.
How many goblin children are you taking with you in the
Tell your friends. Suma always has stuff for everybody. Either be it for trickery or for killing.
Okay. Thank you for the enlightening experience in Kaboom.
At least we now know where the supply of goblin stew in this town comes from.
Sounds about right.
Quattle's, you
Yep.
exit the tricky goblin,
Mm-hmm.
and that is where we are going to finish tonight's episode, as it's getting kind of late and we have lost half the party already.
Does my spell complete at some point, or does it get interrupted?
How long does it take?
It takes 8 hours to cast.
You see that some people would come from time to time. The watchtower is it's a remote place, not many people come there, but you see from time to time, especially as the night starts to fall, because this is going to take all day long. This place is not easy to traverse. You do see, especially as the night starts to fall, some teenager couples start climbing the staircase towards this place, and you see, in all cases, the girl goes first climbing the stairs, and you see them as they approach there. They see you and go like, "Oh, fuck! There's somebody here," and they kind of like stay a little bit away, give each other some kisses, and you are with your hala 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 doing your incantation, and they go like, "Oh, let's go to some other place, babe." And as the night approaches, yes, you do manage to finish your spell.
Alright, so basically I spent the entire day in the tree casting the spell, and at first nothing much really happens, but as the casting of the spell continues and we get further into the 8-hour period, and everywhere within a half-mile radius centers on me, like a small mist starts to appear near the ground, like in the morning when the sun just comes up, which gradually grows thicker and more opaque, until at the end it all disperses in like a small shockwave, and all the plants and trees and grass and whatever in the entire area starts growing greener and better and richer. A nature smell fills the air, all smells of city and gunk and whatever are driven out. Pieces of fruit and vegetables and other stuff starts growing everywhere. Flower beds become more vibrant and more full. And basically this is Fishar's way of giving back a little to basically the first town he has enjoyed since he has left his island.
Yeah, fruits start coming out of the trees. It's really weird. This tree doesn't have fruits. It's more like pine cones, but they are in a dark red color, and they seem to start growing even darker and redder over the next day. The leaves of this tree turn into a more deep greenish color, and everything seems to be growing stronger, even stronger than what these trees are already. And I will say Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say the effect lasts for a year. But, yeah.
I would say As you all reconvene in the evening, you go back to the Dragon's Den Inn, and you see once again as you open the doors the singing, the dining, the family restaurant atmosphere, and you do see Shoralf standing on one of the tables with the hilt of a dagger in front of his table, and he's just there drinking something, waiting for you to come. Thuras and Marlish are with him. He's just ordered dinner for everybody. And that's where we are going to finish tonight's episode.
Sure, Ralph killed a man.
Probably.
Yeah.
So, join us back in 2 weeks to see the adventures of Shoralf. And
We have a confetti.
Ah, kaboom!
you guys are armed to the teeth. So, join us back in 2 weeks and keep on weaving.